I've done quite a few reviews of video games on my channel before, and this is the first time I was really recommended to do a review by you guys, and so once I received the request for Grand Theft Auto 5, I decided to start the 30-and-a-half-hour journey, and I really enjoyed myself for the most part. The story is very good, it's very satisfying and consistent. It's very reminiscent of the book The Bridge on the River Kwai, where, as in, it sets up all these pieces of the story and then it builds on them until it becomes a complete piece of art, which I really like. It's very good in that respect, for its pacing is very slow, but that's good because it really builds the momentum, and so it's consistent throughout. I love that. It's fantastic. The characters are very well written, the dialogue in the cutscenes is fantastic, and there aren't too many low points in the campaign except for the missions where you have to use the tow truck and do a bunch of slow crap, and it gets really repetitive though, because of the fact that you have to drive to the place to initiate the mission, then you have to drive to where the mission takes place every time, and that's just needlessly wasting time. It's ridiculous, honestly. It makes the game way longer than it really should be, because so much of it is just driving around, and that's not very fun. But it is still a very good time. After you've been in the campaign, there isn't too much to do, or it's still fun to cause chaos and stuff like it is in all Grand Theft Auto games, but it's a pretty empty map. There's no incentives to do really any of the side missions or anything. They're basically just all the same, hey, this guy stole my car, like that. It's not fun. I mean, it's fun to enter the cheat codes because Rockstar still has that for all their games, and so that's a good time and all. But after you've been it, there is the online mode, which is a lot of fun with friends, although it is buggy and it crashes a lot. You can get into a game usually within 3 to 4 business days, considering loading and crashing, but when you are in a game, it is pretty fun to play with your friends and screw around, even if it is super grindy and repetitive, and the missions are exactly that grindy. Not like in the campaign where they have some similar stuff where you have to drive from place to place. The missions themselves you're always going to be doing heists, or you're going to be picking some cargo up or something like that, which can get really stale after a while, and it's a very slow game for earning money and stuff. But the money you get, you can spend it on some really cool stuff, like there's a DeLorean in the game, which you can also win at times, and so that's amazing. They got a lot of other cool stuff. There's a lot of good customization in the online, like I made Doom Guy. Oh, Chase, I think you don't understand. Hi-ya, jump! Doom Guy always wins! I'm Joker. And yeah, it's pretty fun to screw around with your friends. Like, me and my friends, they had invented a game called Tag, where what you do is one person is the tagger and they have weapons. No one can use personal vehicles or anything, and once the game starts, you cannot put your radar off or anything, and then in the match, the tagger has to kill one of the other players, and the players that are being chased only have their knuckle dusters, and they can hit the attacker once, and if you get killed, then you are now the tagger, and it's a lot of fun. So there's quite a bit to do with that, but there are quite a few other problems with the game, like the controls. They're basically the same as Red Dead Redemption 2. They're garbage. They're Brubsy, crappy, delayed controls. The cover system is horrible. It puts you into the line of fire every single time, and a lot of it just isn't fun. There's a lot of physics that are so outdated, like when you run up to the bushes, it'll just stop your car right when you run into them, which is ridiculous. Same with trees and poles, a lot of things that ruin the flow of maybe driving or doing anything that take you out of the immersion. But it is a really funny game. There's quite a bit of stuff to do when I think about it, like the movie theater. There's got some really funny movies there. The radio is usually funny to listen to, and they got a lot of really good songs there too. And there are just a lot of really funny moments in the game and some cool Easter eggs. It was a really good time. It was maybe a little too long. It's grindy. It's not fun the entire time. And the shooting is bad as well. That is not very crisp, but there's quite a bit of diversity in it. In the story, there are multiple paths to take, which I like, and in the end, I'm really glad I played it. Will I ever play the campaign again? No. I will not. No, I'm not gonna do that over again. But it's like a book. A lot of the times I cannot read a book again that's really long that I liked. Especially when it's in that style of how everything comes into place and how you already know everything. But with that being said, it was a very good time and a heavily flawed game, but it's pretty good. So yeah, I give it a 3 out of 5.